What's up, y'all? Thank you for checking back into the Crystal Addiction. If this is your first time coming to this channel, my name is Crystal, and if this is your first time checking or listening to one of my videos, please make sure you go back and check out my introduction video. That way you'll know what my video is all about and why I'm doing this, and what my stories are about, and where they're going to be going. So anyway, thank you for clicking in. For those of you who are back with me on this weekend, I hope you guys had a nice work week. I had a bomb-ass work week. It was pretty damn good, okay? It was pretty damn good. That's all I have to say. So anyway, you know, like I say in the other videos, there's a subscribe button, there's a thumbs up, there's a thumbs down, there's a like button. Hit any button you like, just watch my shit. But what I'd like some of you guys to start doing is leave comments below. I don't know if I'm not giving you enough in my stories to leave a comment, or if you have questions, because I only have, you know, I only want to keep my videos 15 to 20 minutes. I don't think people want to watch some long ass shit. Therefore, I have to try to keep them short because I'm really new. So with my stories, there's always a lot of stuff in between. So if you have questions or curious about something, I'm an open book. Please ask. No question is a dumb question. I'm not easily offended. So if you have a question or you're curious about some shit, please put it in the comments below, and I will definitely answer those questions or comments on my videos. I would definitely enjoy doing that, so I can feel like I'm connecting with the 1935 people that's watching this shit. So we gonna piggyback up from my last video last weekend. So if you've been following me, I left my video at my first time getting slapped by the donor and me putting my teeth print in his damn chest. So moving forward, what happened after that is, of course, you know, young girls, what you don't do, you don't answer their calls. They're calling, they're trying to say they sorry, they doing all this shit, but of course you ignore them. Now your family members know that you pissed off about something, but don't nobody ask, which I can't understand that, because I'm a nosy ass mama. If my kids get into some shit, or shit just looks weird, or you know, it's not like I get all in their business, but I do. I ask questions. I want to know what the hell's going on. You know, maybe I can help, maybe not. But, you know, I'm just nosy that way. Say that to say, nobody asks shit. So, of course, after a couple of days, we started talking again, apparently. You know, it would always be sorry, or give me something, bring me something. You know, and when you're a young girl, you just deal with the shit. You know, honestly, I just thought back then, oh, a slap ain't that bad, right? Yeah, it's horrible, MJ. It's horrible. A slap will lead to other things, and if you stick with my videos, you'll see how that shit works out. A slap is never just a slap. That's just the beginning of some shit that's just going to happen to you next. That's all. Just the beginning. Just the beginning. Because no man has the right to put their hands on you, period. If he can't have a normal ass conversation with your ass, you need to leave that niglet. You need to leave that niglet or that woman. You should be able to freaking communicate with one another without yelling, without, you know, don't even use bad language when you're in a tiff, because it's aggressive. And I learned that through my husband, because I was that person. I would just like curse and and he would like, you know what, I don't want to hear you. And the reason I don't want to hear you, because you're cursing at me. Why are you cursing at me? The shit's aggressive. And I finally got that shit. It's aggressive. So if you're in a relationship like that, get out of that shit. That shit is not going to work out. Don't let a man even talk to you crazy. Period. If you ask a man, how do you handle confrontation, and he gives you a bunch of different explanations how, then that is not the correct answer, because the correct answer is, I do not do confrontation. I have conversation. If he don't tell you that shit, say bye, because he a fool. He a damn fool. So I just say that to say, went on with my life, didn't think anything of that damn slap. Now I'm very, very pregnant, you know, so now I'm very, very close to my due date, and I'm just tired of being pregnant at this point. You know, here I'm still 15, so this is January 1983. So I'm just tired. It hurts. It's just uncomfortable. So I started having labor pains, but I didn't know you can have back labor. So I thought I was actually having back pains. So I got the heating pad from my grandmother, and then I kept complaining because they kept getting stronger and stronger, where I just couldn't sleep. I kept moving. It just wasn't helping. So then I went back, told my grandmother. We called my doctor, and they told her to bring me in because I'm probably in labor because it was really close to my due date anyway. So my uncle that was living with us at the time, he got up. It was me and my uncle, my grandma, although my uncle didn't go to the hospital with us, and called the donor. And he came. He instead of driving, he came over. We waited till he rolled over on that beach cruiser. I'm gonna tell you what I did to go into labor that night. I went into labor. Let me back up a minute. I was so tired of being in labor. He had a beach cruiser. Now I don't know where the hell he got this beach cruiser from, but it damn sure wasn't bought and paid for. Do the math. Just saying. Anyway, I got my ass on that beach cruiser, and I rolled across the bridge because it was a bumpy bridge. Someone told me if you ride a bike or do jumper jacks or do some shit, that'll help the baby drop. Well, riding that bike, it helped. It helped because my ass went into labor that night. So here I am. We're going to the hospital. I was at Paradise Valley Hospital. So now I'm in labor, and this shit hurts, man. This shit hurts. I'm scared as fuck because I'm like, oh my God, when you are, like I said, I was still in school, but I was also in the school for our pregnant teens. Therefore, they showed you films and movies, so you know how this shit's gonna play out. And nobody looked like they was having a good time having babies. So now I'm scared and I'm crying because I just, I just didn't know what to do. So now I'm 8 hours into my labor, and then find out that I have to have a C-section because my pelvic bones were too small. And what they say is people 5'2" or under, or heavier people, are people who are most likely to have a C-section. So anyway, they come in there and they tell the donor and my grandmother that they're gonna have to do surgery because the baby head, he's just right there. I'm at 8 centimeters and he's not going anywhere. And this shit is starting to hurt. So now they tell me this because I done saw films on C-section. So I'm like, oh shit, I know what they're gonna do to me. They're gonna be cutting on me, drilling me, like, oh my God. So now I'm crying, and I'm crying for my daddy. It's like, I just want my daddy. I remember crying for my father, who he was locked up, if you follow my story. So he wasn't coming. My mom was in LA. I'm sure they told her, so I don't know, but the only person who was there was the donor and my grandmother. They both came in with me as I was having my surgery, and it was just the scariest thing, but I was just so excited to see my baby, to see my creation that no one could ever take from me. This is mine. This is my gift, and it's mine. Boy. Anyway, I'm lying down. I'm on the surgery bed, and I had, they numb me because they gave me a saddle block or some shit. So they numb me. But they had numb my ass too much that shit, like my throat, I couldn't swallow. So finally the donor had looked at me because my eyes kept getting big. I couldn't speak. I couldn't do anything. And then they realized that I wasn't breathing. So then they gave me oxygen. They put oxygen on me, an oxygen mask on me. But then I started throwing up on my back. I'm literally on my back throwing up with the oxygen mask on my damn face. It's just going in my ear. That shit was nasty. Like, it was just a horrible experience, to the point where my grandmother said, I never want to see anything like that again. The look on her face was just like, oh my God, because she said, I thought they was killing you. I can hear them like sawing through, because they said they have to go through like 3 layers of your stomach to get to take the baby out. So I had a bikini cut incision with my C-section. So anyway, here I am, new mommy, I wouldn't even let them take my baby out the room. I kept my baby with me the whole time. I wanted him sleeping on my chest. Like, I just adored this baby. I just adored him. He was just so cute, but he was mine, you know. It felt like that shit gave me purpose, and it just made me happy because it was mine. But little did I know, you know, at the end of the day, I didn't have a hard time with my first baby as a teenage mom because the donor's grandmother, she was crazy over him, so she would always help. And when I did go back to school, I wanted to take my baby with me, but my grandmother let that go on for about maybe a month, and she didn't like the idea of him being at a daycare. So my grandmother and the donor, they took turns watching the baby, watching my son for me. And I tell you, I just treated him like he was a doll. I would just dress him up, you know, but he wasn't a toy. You know, he wasn't a toy. This was a human being that I brought into the earth with no plan, no college fund. Like I said, my plan was welfare and a job. Like, that was my fucking plan for my kid's future, and that's just retarded. I always get pissed when I think, because that's just the most retarded shit you can ever fucking think of. Sorry, I'm cursing. I still haven't learned how to bleep yet. I guess I better learn that shit. But yeah, man, that's you know, here's this little boy, this precious little baby, with this 15-year-old for a mom. The donor was in his early 20s, but still, I have kids in their 20s. They're dumb as shit. They still don't know shit. So he was dumb as shit. So no shade, that's the truth. We were all dumb as shit. We were too young to be having babies in the first damn place. So I'm gonna stick to that. If anybody get offended over that, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit, because it's true. We were dumb as shit, and that baby never had a chance with a teenage mom with a 10th grade education, barely, still learning education, and a brother that was not going to re-educate or do shit but the shit he was doing, which was grimy shit. That's what that was the future of my damn kid. So let me get off that shit before I start talking some more shit. So anyway, now I'm here. I got my baby. I'm all happy. I just loved that. Oh, I just loved him to death. Like, he was just, my nickname for my baby was Pooh. When I was a little girl, my grandmother, she would buy me these books and like record sets where you have a little record player. So I had like Winnie the Pooh with the books and the album, and Snow White and all these little things. But my little baby reminded me of Winnie the Pooh because he was just so snuggly, and he was just like a Pooh. Like, I wouldn't even let him sleep in his crib. The crib was useless. My baby slept with me every night because I was so afraid of crib death. So because of something that happened to my cousin's little sister, so I was just afraid of that. So I just made sure my baby was on me. I would literally sleep with him on my chest every night. So now I feel like when you have a baby, people, your family members, not people, your family members, certain family members start treating you like you're grown. You know, they figure, well, if you had a baby, you can do whatever the hell, you know, do whatever the hell you want. You made some grown decisions. No, I made a grown-ass mistake. So anybody that has a teenage daughter, if your daughter is 15, 16, whatever, she's still a child. Treat her ass like a child, okay? Give her responsibilities of that damn baby that she had, but she's still a child. Like, I was allowed to, like, smoke cigarettes openly now. Like, you know, basically, I was just able to do whatever the hell I wanted to do. But I wasn't wilding out and doing the most, you know. I was just doing grown shit, like smoking cigarettes, smoking weed. You know, of course, after the baby was born, when we celebrated by doing snorting cocaine. So that was back on the table. But like I said, I felt like I did not have a problem because I still went to school. I still did the things that I needed to do, but I partied on the weekends and shit. You know, this is what we did. We snorted cocaine. We got high. You know, we would have the donor's grandmother or my grandmother would watch the baby, and me and my best friend, because like I said, she was dating his brother, we would drive out to the beach and drink, get high. You know, I wasn't too much big on drinking, but the smoking weed and the snorting cocaine and just cruising around, not doing shit, just wasting gas. That's what the hell we was doing. We wasn't doing shit. So now there's this night I'm gonna tell you about when I my first encounter with crack cocaine. But this is, to me, this is before it actually turned into crack. Okay, so in the 80s, this is 83, this is when people started coming, you know, freebasing was really big in the 80s. Cocaine, freebasing. So freebasing is cocaine and baking soda. You mix that shit up, you put it in a little pot, you boil it, you let it simmer down, the shit turn to little rocks, you wait till that shit dry up, then you put it in a pipe and you smoke it. I think that's the recipe. So that's what you do with it. Now, my relative also lived in the house with my grandma. So he and his girlfriend, like I said, people worked, they had jobs, they had good jobs, you know, as a matter of fact. In fact, my relative's girlfriend's mom was a judge. So it's not like she came from a bad family. So it's like drugs don't have a face, and it don't have a neighborhood, it don't have a cause. It just takes whoever want to put that shit in their body. So anyway, on weekends, what they would do, my grandmother would always go to bed at 8 o'clock. Like, that was her thing. Between 7 and 8, she sleep. Everybody would wait till she snored. So me and the donor were out in the garage, snorting lines, you know, and being on the side of the patio smoking weed, because, you know, I didn't, you know, grandma wasn't going for that smoking in the house. She wouldn't even let you burn incense. So we out there in the back just doing, you know, what we normally do on the weekends. So my uncle, my relative, and his little girlfriend, they came out to the garage. You know, they were in the kitchen cooking up their shit. So this is the first time I'm seeing this shit. So they come into the garage, and it's like, here, try this. You want to try it? Of course. Like, nobody forced me to do drugs. No one put a gun to my head. It's just something that I just did the shit, you know? So he put it in a pipe. He's like, okay, suck it. I remember this whole process. Suck it. He's like, suck in and suck it slow. Suck it slow. Then he was like, pull, pull. So I pulled. He's like, okay, hold it in, hold it in. And then I'm holding it in as long as I can. And then it, I think I kind of like I almost like passed out. Like, I really didn't like that shit. Yeah, I'm like, I prefer just to snort cocaine. You know, here I am 15, because I still hadn't turned 16 yet. With a baby now, I'm snorting cocaine, and I'm damn near on my way to being a damn crackhead. So that's how I had my first experience with smoking crack. Just like Bobby Brown, they was trying to blame Bobby Brown for Whitney's addiction. And, you know, I gotta keep it real. They couldn't blame that addiction on the donor. That shit, first, that part, the whole smoking shit, came from a relative, not the donor. Although he ain't innocent at all, because he gave me the damn cocaine. I wasn't looking for that shit. I didn't even know how to buy that shit. Anything that I got, as far as hard drugs, that shit was given to me by other people, okay? Other people. And that shit did not happen at the schoolhouse. But I was still able to maintain my shit because I was living at home. Grandma would let the donor come up to the bedroom, but he still wasn't spending the night. Baby or no baby. No, you ain't still spending the night. 10 o'clock, take your ass home. He had to be out of the house between 10 and 11. Period. Point blank. That's all she wrote. Anyway, y'all, that's it for the story. Like I said, comment below if you have some questions, or you curious about some shit, because like I said, I only got so much time to do these videos. Please hit me up in the comments below, okay, and let me know. So enjoy your week that's coming up. Be safe, be blessed, and like I said on my videos, don't be an asshole. Be good to people, okay? Be good to yourself. Love yourself. Don't judge yourself by looking at other people thinking you need to be like them. I want people to start embracing themselves and just loving themselves, because I just see so much women just getting, you know, they feel like if they don't look like that person, or their body's not like that person, that they're irrelevant. Bullshit. Love yourself. Love yourself where you're at, whether you're fat, skinny, bald, one eye, one arm. Love yourself, because when you wake up in the morning, you're just gonna see you. Okay, you're just gonna see you. Thank you guys for watching. Remember, you can follow me on my Instagram page, PHILLIP.52. You know what I say, ain't doing shit, just taking pretty pictures. You can also follow me on my Facebook, Crystal Phillip. Check me out next week for my first job, my first car, and getting pregnant again after 6 months of delivering my first child. So I'll see you next week. Enjoy your week, and as I say in all my videos, love yourself, love someone else, and don't